Welcome back, dear listeners, to another installment of our weekly bedtime stories. If you've returned, it's likely you're seeking a moment of solace, a comforting narrative to ease your mind into a restful night's sleep, or perhaps to accompany you during those peaceful interludes when the world is hushed. Before we embark on tonight's journey, I invite you to press that subscribe button, ensuring you never miss one of our heartwarming tales. Our aim is to provide you with a source of solace and serenity whenever you need it most. Tonight's story is a poignant odyssey that you'll want to savor as you prepare to drift into the realm of dreams, or even during those tranquil awakenings when sleep remains elusive. It's a tale of love's enduring power, redemption's grace, and the beauty of second chances woven into the fabric of our lives. So, find your coziest spot, lower the lights, and let the gentle narrative of healing hearts, a tale of love and redemption, envelop you. Get ready to embark on a journey that will touch your soul and bring solace to your heart. There was an employee by the name of Stephen Mitchell. Stephen worked at Cortex Solutions, a software company that specialized in digital marketing tools. He felt like a soulless employee at this company, where he'd spent the last 10 years of his life. His employee number was CM123, and his job as a software support specialist meant answering calls for customer service daily, often handling over 90 calls in a single shift. Stephen didn't have the luxury of going to college, and he knew he was lucky to be employed in a world where jobs were hard to come by. His work didn't pay him for Christmas, and his family, part of the lower working class, relied on Stephen's salary. Living alone in a small studio apartment in Paterson, NJ, Stephen was in his mid-40s and had never had a steady girlfriend. Depression had been his constant companion for over 20 years, and he'd tried everything to find relief. Medications had side effects, therapy had limited success, and the weight of depression made even the simplest tasks seem like monumental challenges. His co-workers avoided him, possibly due to his body odor and his tendency not to engage in conversation. In his mind, the job cared little about him, and he was just a number. Yet, despite his struggles, Stephen excelled at his work, outperforming his colleagues effortlessly. He'd tried various remedies, like exercise and meditation, but none had offered lasting relief. His psychiatrist had told him he might need medication for the rest of his life, leaving Stephen waiting for the right combination of drugs to crack the code of his depression. But hope was running thin. Depression wasn't something he could simply snap out of, no matter how much he wished he could. Stephen's life was devoid of joy. Even watching movies or TV was a challenge, as his mind always wandered back to his inner torment. His few remaining friends couldn't handle his emotional outbursts and had stopped inviting him out. Stephen was, in many ways, alone. One day, something remarkable happened. Stephen was in an exceptionally good mood, a rarity for him. Instead of ordering from a food delivery app, he decided to visit a local bar on his way home from work. It was a Friday night at 7 p.m., and he ordered a cheeseburger with lettuce, tomatoes, and pickles. One peculiar habit of Stephen's was eating his fries with a fork. He had developed this habit in his early teens to avoid breaking out after touching his face with greasy fingers, and it had stuck with him over the years. It was while indulging in this eccentricity that he noticed an attractive brunette sitting 2 seats away from him at the bar. She had a Moscow Mule and ordered a cheeseburger with fries, just like Stephen. Her name was Emily Parker. Their conversation flowed easily, and they shared stories about their lives. Emily had attended Edison University and worked as a nurse at St. Mark's Hospital. Stephen found himself laughing so hard that his belly hurt. It had been years since he'd felt this way. As they talked, Stephen noticed that Emily wasn't wearing a ring. She shared that she had been widowed 3 years ago, when her husband had lost his battle with pancreatic cancer. She had initially sworn off dating but changed her mind after feeling the weight of loneliness. Like Stephen, she had no children and understood the pain of loss. When Stephen opened up about his ongoing battle with depression, Emily revealed that she had been struggling with her own grief since her husband's passing. It was a relief for both to find someone who understood their pain. Their connection deepened that night, and they agreed to meet again. Over the course of a year, Stephen and Emily continued to meet at the same bar where they first encountered each other, which they affectionately named the Willow's Haven. They became fast friends, sharing their experiences, dreams, and fears. It didn't take long for their connection to grow stronger, and 1 year later, they officially started dating. Emily had a profound impact on Stephen's life. His depression began to lift, and he found himself showing up to work early, engaging in conversations with his co-workers, and even helping them out when they faced challenges. His natural intelligence and technical savvy became apparent to everyone, and he started receiving invitations to parties and double dates with his newfound friends. Stephen's transformation didn't end there. After being promoted to supervisor, he revamped the company policies to include paid holidays and mandated the closure of the office on major holidays. He introduced various perks and incentives for the employees, creating a more supportive and enjoyable work environment. The office atmosphere began to change, and Stephen was at the forefront of this transformation. He implemented casual Fridays, a monthly team-building day, and even a mentoring program to help his colleagues grow in their careers. The company started to thrive, and the employees were happier than ever before. With Emily by his side, Stephen continued to flourish personally as well. He joined her in attending grief support groups, helping both of them heal from their past losses. Emily's nurturing nature and understanding helped Stephen confront his inner demons, and for the first time in years, he felt a genuine sense of hope. Their love was a beacon of light in each other's lives, a testament to the healing power of a deep and genuine connection. Stephen's journey from a soulless employee to a loving partner and a successful supervisor was a story of transformation and resilience, all thanks to the love he found in Emily. As the years passed, Stephen and Emily's love deepened further. They continued to frequent the Willow's Haven, sharing their dreams, challenges, and endless laughter. With Emily by his side, Stephen's depression seemed like a distant memory. He had not only found love, but also a newfound zest for life. Stephen and Emily's love story was one for the books. They celebrated each other's successes and supported one another through the toughest of times. Emily's understanding of loss and Stephen's journey through depression had forged a bond that nothing could break. One evening, as they sat in their favorite corner of the bar, sipping on their Moscow mules and savoring cheeseburgers with fries, Stephen took Emily's hand and said, "You know, you've saved me in ways I can never repay." Emily smiled warmly, her eyes sparkling with love. "And you've brought joy and purpose back into my life, Stephen. I thought I'd never find love again after losing my husband, but you showed me that it's possible to heal and start anew." With that, Stephen reached into his pocket and pulled out a small velvet box. He opened it to reveal a beautiful engagement ring. "Emily Parker, will you make me the happiest man in the world and marry me?" Tears of joy welled up in Emily's eyes as she nodded, unable to speak through her emotions. Stephen slipped the ring onto her finger, sealing their commitment to each other. The following year, Stephen and Emily exchanged vows in a small and intimate ceremony, surrounded by their closest friends and family. Their love story had come full circle, from the depths of loneliness and despair to the heights of joy and love. As husband and wife, they continued to support each other, and their love radiated like a beacon of hope to everyone they encountered. Stephen's co-workers, once distant and disconnected, had transformed into a tight-knit community thanks to his leadership and newfound happiness. In the end, Stephen realized that love had the power to heal even the deepest wounds. With Emily by his side, he had not only found love, but had also found purpose, happiness, and a sense of belonging. Together, they had rewritten their life stories, proving that even in the darkest of times, there was always the possibility of a brighter future.